like ghosts?
You gotta figure a city known for its skull and crossbones
We're going to hit a few spots along the way that are haunted and tell some ghost stories.
is bound to have a haunted history, which is why visitors and locals alike seem to gravitate towards Tampa's Ybor City Ghost Tour.
I believe it. I really believe, that there are ghosts and that the energies are out there.
A lot of people are skeptical about paranormal things. And a lot of people take the tour to kind of test those waters.
Off we go.
The 2-hour outing takes those who dare to some of the city's oldest, downright darkest locations.
And so the body count kind of rises along the way.
Armed with spectrometers and plasma meters, the tour is as much a history lesson as it is a ghost story.
She'll eventually become known as the Angel of Mercy of Ybor.
A way to get acquainted with a side of Tampa Bay you don't find on those prominently placed plaques. Spooky spots like Ybor's Cuban Club, possessed, they say, by a woman in white who jumped from a balcony, a jilted actor who hanged himself behind stage, an 8-year-old boy drowned in the club's indoor pool.
And that plus the other 300 spirits in that building are enough to proclaim that building the fourth most haunted in the country.
There certainly is no shortage of fodder for these ghost stories.
What's really scary, says the Tampa History Center's Rodney Kite Powell, is that Tampa's got a pretty petrifying past without all the horror hype. Spirits said to haunt 2 local theaters, one near UT, the other downtown. And this building, once used as a hospital?
It was the place where mobsters who were shot up in some gangland murder or attempted murder were brought either for care or after they were died, were put in the mortuary in the basement. And allegedly the basement is very haunted.
In more recent history, Tampa has been the site of mass graves uncovered during construction work, the remains of soldiers and Seminole Indians, more graves found during the ongoing Water Street development project, and 120 coffins belonging to some of the city's first African Americans recently found under the Robles housing complex.
And apparently there are lots of people who have told stories for quite a long time, residents of Robles Park Apartments, who have thought that space was haunted, and now come to find out that it was built on top of a cemetery.
It's why perhaps even people who have taken ghost tours in other areas say the one here in Tampa leaves them particularly creeped out.
A lot of the other ones I've done have been a little more theatrical, kind of making a show of the whole thing, but this one they actually kind of back it up with history and research, and it's really informative.
This is, there's something to back it up. It's not just, oh look, someone once saw a ghost over there. This one was fantastic.
A petrifying perspective of a city with no shortage of its own skeletons.
You cannot spend time on this tour, and especially be in the Cuban Club, for over an hour and not leave and go, well, maybe.
Whether the ghost part of it is real, and that's up to the visitor, up to the person who does the ghost tour. But the history is pretty solid.